Hello there, Maria.
Hey, Mom, it's nice to hear from you.
If I may ask, are you free today?
Let me think. No, I got all my shopping taken care of in the morning, so I don't think I have anything for the rest of the day.
Is Kurt at work?
Yep, he's actually out of town on business right now. I think he was planning on coming back home later on tonight.
I see. Well, I'm sure you're probably wondering why I'm asking you all these questions.
I think I might have some idea why.
And something tells me you've guessed correctly.
I know you too well, Mom.
If you have other plans, then please go right ahead and say so, dear. Like I always say, I don't want to impose on you when you're relaxing or taking away time from your personal business. But you know I do truly enjoy going to cafes and pastry shops with you, and, well, since I was planning on being in the area, I thought I might just extend a little invitation to my beloved daughter-in-law to set aside a few hours of her afternoon for some tea time with me. Now, I'll completely understand if you're busy or not in the mood, so if you don't want to come along, then just say so, dear.
Nah, it's all right. I'll go with you, Mom. You know me, I never hesitate to tell you no when I can't go with you.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Maria. So how are you doing today?
Actually, I was up pretty late last night getting some last-minute work done and just woke up a little bit ago.
Oh, you poor thing. Well, I suppose that's one benefit of working from home like you do. Rather than spend all night in a dark and lonely office, you can do it in your own home.
Right? It's a great arrangement. So, yeah, it's going to take me a little bit to become presentable enough to go out in public, so how about we meet up in an hour at the usual place? Does that work for you?
1 hour from now, the usual place. Got it. I'll see you later, dear.
Hey, Maria. Look, I'm really sorry. I know I said I was going to be home later on tonight, but plans have changed.
Kurt, what's going on? Are you okay?
I just got a call from my neighbor a little while ago. She said that my mom fell down the stairs. She hurt herself really bad. They had to call an ambulance.
What? Your mom fell down the stairs? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. When I called the hospital, they said that Mom's gonna need a lot of help around the house, even after she gets discharged. So I'm gonna be staying at my mom's place for a while.
So you mean you're gonna go straight to your mom's house right now?
Yeah, that's right. Man, I finally got back from this extended business trip and was just about to get in my car to drive home when I got the call. Mom's been living by herself ever since she and my dad got divorced, so she doesn't have anyone else who can take care of her but me. My company granted my request for family leave already, so yeah, I'm just gonna head right over there.
Okay, well, is there anything you need me to do for you? Should I bring you some clothes or something?
No, whatever you do, do not come over here.
Why not, Kurt? Is something wrong?
Mom said that it would be way too stressful to have you around, so she doesn't want you over here.
She did?
Well, yeah, of course she did. You know just as well as I do that you and Mom never really got along very well.
Oh, huh.
So anyway, you can just leave everything over here to me, okay? You could just take care of yourself and the house for me.
Right, gotcha, Kurt. Take care of yourself and your mom. Hey, Mom, did you get back to your house yet?
Yes, Maria, I just got home a short while ago. Thank you for asking. I looked all around, but I don't see Kurt anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say. It was just so bizarre. I mean, he sent me that text when you were literally sitting right next to me in the cafe.
Yes, and I just talked to my neighbor after I got home. When I asked him if he had called Kurt on the phone, he had no idea what I was talking about. Furthermore, he said he doesn't know Kurt's phone number, so he couldn't contact him even if he wanted to.
I see. Well, then, I'm gonna try making a call to Kurt's office tomorrow morning. Hey, by the way, Mom, I feel really bad being so brutally honest about having my suspicions about Kurt's behavior, but frankly, I'm beginning to wonder whether the entire extended business trip story was a lie, too.
Maria, dear, I don't blame you at all. Quite the contrary, I'd be suspicious of him too if I were in your position. And besides, I was the one who told you not to call Kurt out when he was lying about me going to the hospital. I'm partially responsible for this series of events.
Yeah, and I'm really, really grateful you told me not to call him out. If you hadn't, then I probably would have thought it was just some kind of joke, or maybe he was just trying to make an excuse for going out drinking with his colleagues tonight, and just came out and told him that, no, you're sitting right next to me.
Please let me know when you learn anything new, Maria.
Gotcha. I'll be sure to let you know. Hey, Mom, I just got off the phone with Kurt's office, and it's just like I thought. His story about having an extended business trip was a complete lie.
I see. Well, I suppose that was really a foregone conclusion at this point.
The entire time he said he was out of town on business, he had actually taken that office paid leave. Then yesterday, when he told me that he needed to take care of you in the hospital, he gave his office the exact same excuse and asked for family leave time.
All right. Is there anything else?
Yes, actually. Based on everything we know, I'm sure you probably saw this coming from a mile away, but I'm about 80 to 90% sure he was staying somewhere with his mistress during that time. Several of his coworkers reported to HR that they had seen him going into a hotel with one of the company's new employees, a young woman fresh out of college who just joined this year. That happened about 6 months ago. And what do you know, that very employee took time off on the exact same days Kurt did. She was supposed to come back yesterday, but in what I'm sure is also a pure coincidence, she called in this morning because she had the flu. What do you want to bet the two of them are still together as we speak?
Oh no, I was afraid that's what you were going to find out. Who was it that told you all of this?
The person who answered the phone when I called was one of Kurt's colleagues. I've also met him several times at various company events. Oh, and he also told me about the female employee's secret social media account. The account itself is anonymous, but there were a few pictures where I could clearly see Kurt's face, so those should be useful to me as evidence of his affair.
Well, I'm glad you managed to get those. I guess she should have been a bit more careful when taking them.
As for where they went on their vacation, there wasn't enough information on their account to pin a location down.
Well, then we have no choice but to wait until they get back.
You think we should wait?
Well, we've already identified the woman Kurt's having an affair with. And Kurt doesn't know that I'm not actually in the hospital. Don't worry, we'll let him in on our little secret when the timing is just right.
What did you have in mind, Mom?
First, how about we check with Kurt on when he plans to come home?
Oh, good idea, Mom. I'll do that right now. Hey, Kurt, how's your mom doing?
It turns out that her injury wasn't as bad as the doctors first thought. I should be able to come back home in 2 days. I'll have to keep tabs on her condition, though. I might need to come back to help her if she gets bad again.
I see.
Man, I sure was shocked when I heard she was taken to the hospital. I'm just glad it wasn't as bad as it could have been. She could have broken her leg, or worse.
Yeah, that's great news, Kurt. Are you at your mom's house right now?
Yeah, I just got back from taking Mom to a checkup a bit ago.
Uh-huh.
Hey, sorry, babe, I gotta go. I was up really late last night taking care of Mom. I'm beat. I think I'm gonna hit the sack a little early.
Oh, you poor thing. I'll make sure you get plenty of rest. Good night.
Hey, Maria, I'm heading home now. I'll be there in just a few minutes.
Oh, you're coming home now?
I sure am. Man, you wouldn't believe the traffic right now. Like I said, I'll be home in 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. Boy, this is really getting interesting.
Huh? What is?
The whole thing about your mom going to the hospital?
What do you mean? You think that's interesting? What's your deal? Maria? What's going on?
Welcome home, dear. I should ask you the same question. You ran right to the bathroom and locked yourself in when you got home. Did you have to go that bad?
That's not it. Why is Mom at our house?
Because she came over yesterday and spent the night.
What? Hey, wait a second. Does this mean you know about, well...
Yep. I knew it was all a lie from the very beginning.
You did? But why? How?
At the time when you sent me the panicked text saying that your mom was in a terrible accident and got taken to the hospital, I was sitting right next to her.
You were together?
Yeah, we were having a little tea time at a cute little cafe.
You were having tea with my mom? There's no way! You guys never got along! I remember back when you started working at home and Mom didn't get that whole system at all. She just thought you were a full-time housewife. She'd call you and keep you on the line for hours on end, and when you told her to stop, she flipped out.
Oh, that? Yeah, we already talked that over. It's water under the bridge now.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Your mom found out that I was the one who was writing the cafe hopping blog that she read every day. When we got to talking about it, she came to understand the fact that I was a professional writer, and she apologized for her mistake. So we've been going cafe hopping together for quite some time now. Didn't I tell you about that?
No!
Sometimes my work takes me over where near your mom lives, and she often has business that brings her over here.
So that's what you were doing when I texted you? Cafe hopping?
Now you get it. I'm glad you were able to catch up. That's how I knew you were lying.
Unreal. I thought I could use your bad relationship to my advantage, but I ended up ruining everything.
Right? Like I said, this is getting really interesting.
No, it's not. Come on, this sucks.
Kurt,
Hey, Mom.
have you forgotten the reason your father and I got divorced? He lied and told me he was going out of town for business when he was actually going on a trip with his mistress. Of all the things you could have inherited from your father, you had to inherit that. Where did I go wrong in raising you?
Mom,
Now unlock the door and come out of the bathroom. Once you do, you're going to get on your knees, apologize profusely for betraying Maria, and prepare yourself to pay penance for what you've done.
Mom, no! Mom, you can't do this to me! I'm your son! Aren't you gonna take my side?
As your mother, it's my sacred responsibility to punish you for getting out of line. Oh, Kurt, what am I going to do with you? I never in my wildest dreams imagined that I would one day have to force you to come out of the bathroom and apologize as an adult. The last time I had to do that, you were 8. I've never been so humiliated in my life. I don't know how I'll ever make it up to poor Maria.
Mom, please, you have to take my side. You have to!
As soon as you're done apologizing to Maria, I'm disowning you as my son and writing you out of my will.
Mom, no! Listen, Maria, I'm gonna break up with that girl, okay? So please, give me another chance.
No.
Please!
I'm going to stay at my parents' house.
Maria, wait!
You want me to wait? Why don't you come out of the bathroom and make me?
But I can't do that, not while my mom is around.
I'll let you know once I've hired a lawyer. Anything else you want to say to me will have to go through him.
A lawyer? But what for?
I'm divorcing you, you lying, cheating creep. Goodbye.
Maria!
The house we were living in was in Kurt's name, so I moved out and went to stay with my parents.
I found a lawyer right away and sued him for a divorce with damages added for his affair. Also, I found out later on that the woman my husband was cheating on me with was engaged to be married herself. Which means the two of them had to face another lawsuit from him after they got done with mine. After that trial ended, for God knows what reason, my ex-husband messaged me saying that he has no money to pay the damages after he paid me off and asked me to lend him some. I ignored him. Next, he went to his mother's house to try his luck there. However, unbeknownst to him, his mother had moved some time ago, and he had no leads as to where she had moved to. I know where she is now, obviously, but I'm not going to tell him. One night I actually saw him in a crumpled heap on the sidewalk in front of my parents' house, crying his eyes out. My father had given him a few choice words that apparently hit pretty hard. After a while, he stood back up and slowly started shuffling away into the distance. I have no idea what he's doing now.